Good morning, YouTube. Here to get better transmission, and a lot of that's also dependent on power. So I should now be on T-Mobile's cellular network, or a cellular network. Last night I did a live stream talking about, can a mobile hotspot replace home internet connection? So a bunch of kids over here. Waiting for the school bus. Take them to school. It was 32 degrees according to my cell phone this morning. The truck says it's 36, so it's warmed up. It's warmed up. And I am on my way into work. Talk about the pod, the plan of the day. So I'm gonna get in, and we're gonna fly some drones, but not right away. I've got to do some work stuff, and then work stuff includes budgeting for 2024, doing my projections for that, and then I've got my weekly synchronization meeting where all the managers get together to talk about what's going on in their lives, work lives that is, and of course their lives, because sometimes we ask, so tell us something good that's happened to you over the past week. You know, in fact, on that note, tell me something good that's happened to you over the past week. George, good morning, George. How are you, brother? We miss you, man. when you come back to Virginia Beach. I know. It's good to be with family, especially since you'll be headed out to a place where it'll be a little bit more difficult to see family. You know. Nice coffee there. Oh, can you see the steam? In my son's Hampton Sydney coffee mug. And so Tara says hi. Yes, good morning, Tara. How are you today? Thanks for joining as well. But talking about the plan of the day, the POD for this morning, for today, because I will be flying some drones at iFly. A drone at iFly. I'm only bringing one. I actually left it there last night. Oh, there goes the coffee cup cover. And so coming up to a light so I can take a look at the chat box here. Oh, believe me, we missed the tunnel. It's an addiction, indeed. Which is why you should get a drone. In fact, on that note, if you are interested in learning how to fly a drone when you get back into Virginia Beach, we'll do some flying in the wind tunnel, and be happy to get you on one of my drones to try it out. And who knows, maybe you and Tara can both get a drone to fly together. If you can't skydive together, you know. Another idea for you guys, because I mean, I know I've been trying to get my wife to fly with me, and she's like, I have no desire to fly a drone whatsoever. She's like, can I teach you how to knit? And so the answer is no. Manoy RDN TV, good morning, and thank you for joining as well. I am on my way into work and just talking about what the plan of the day entails for me. Good. All right, George, we'll do it. We'll do it. In fact, I guess we got to figure out when you'll be in town, because it's not going to be a one-day thing. You know, I could teach you how to fly it in one day. You saw the one video I shot of Chandler, and I taught him how to fly a drone in less than a few moments. I mean, the motion controller is such an easy way to fly, and so that motivates me to get my second set up as well, because I do have two Avedas. But yeah, so I got my weekly synchronization meeting this morning, and then right after that, I'll be shooting some video of Bob by his truck, because he will be doing a 15,000 mile review of his Ford F-150 Lightning, which is an electric F-150. Pretty cool, right? And so stay tuned for that. He'll be publishing that shortly thereafter, and go from there. But Manoy RDN, I see that you wrote something, but it's hard for me to see the chat right now because I am driving. When I get to a point where it's a little bit safer for me to actually read that chat, then I will. But will get to that hopefully right now because it looks pretty safe. You're my number one here in Philippines in drone. I just watched you said that if I have a drone, I have a basic knowledge how to fly. Yes, indeed, Manoy, for sure. Happy to answer any questions that you might have as well with respect to drones. In fact, the reason why I did that live stream last night in regards to replacing home internet connection with the mobile hotspot was because someone asked that question, can you do it? And so I said yes, I said no, I said maybe, it depends. And if you do an apples to apples comparison between the two, right, then yes, you can. And it all comes down to how much internet usage, how much speed you actually need at home, you know? And so it all comes down to what your actual usage is at home to replace it, to replace home internet with. If you don't need it, then yeah, you could. I mean, you probably don't even need home internet. You could just use your cell phone because your cell phone is a mobile hotspot as well. And it all depends on what you're doing on your cell phone. Like for right now, for example, I am using my cell phone. So I can't take a call. If someone were to call my cell phone right now, in fact, George, if you're on, still try to call my cell phone. I can receive a text, but I cannot receive a phone call. I've tried to make a phone call while I was live so that you can hear the phone call as well before, but it cuts out. It does not allow me to make a phone call while I'm using Prism Live. So, all right. Wow, you're using now Prism and not StreamYard? Yes, I use Prism because it has a function on here that allows me to live stream my drone footage directly from the phone. I also like it because, so right now I'm on my cell phone. If I'm at home on my computer, I could, use Prism Live there. And then I can also set up so that I can actually use the cell phone as a secondary camera. Or in my case, a third camera, because, let me get by this truck real quick. Pulling this giant crane. Pass it on the right. Because he's just going slow in the middle lane. I'm only going 55, which is the speed limit here. I go the speed limit because it's better on gas mileage, especially in this truck, So it's one of those things where I'm not in a rush to get anywhere. In fact, I've stopped rushing around. I leave, I give myself plenty of time to get to where I need to go, and I just go. No rush. Saves me on gas mileage, which is a good thing, especially with the price of rising the rising price of gasoline these days. All right, what'd you say here, bro? Jason, what drone you'd like me to you like to reco me, please? For me, I'm just a beginner in drone. So go to my website, Manoy. I've actually got a couple of drones that I've listed there that I've purchased. I don't have all of the drones that I've purchased on my website. My website is www.jasonlavarius.com. There's a section on drones on that webpage, and in there will show you my most recent drone at the top. Look at the second one down. There's a link for it there as well to give you more details on what that drone is all about, the details and such, at the Amazon vendors, if you will. But that's what I would recommend for a beginner. Why? Several reasons, actually. In fact, I'll do a video. Thank you for asking. I will make a video specifically for you on which drone is the best for a beginner, because I firmly believe that the DJI Avata drone is the best drone for a beginner. And you'll hear people talk about, oh, well, you should learn how to build your drone, which is true. One could learn how to build their drone, but if you just want to get airborne and you want to fly and not have to worry about all that and all that great stuff, right? Then the DJI drones in general are the way to go. And it's funny because I started out flying drones with the goggles. You know what I'm talking about? So you're wearing goggles, and the picture from the drone is transmitted via radio wave signal to the goggles, the video picture, and what you see in the drone, in your goggles, is what you see, that is what the drone sees. Yeah? Bam Jones, good morning. How you doing, Michael? All right. Thanks for joining. I'm just talking a little bit about what my plan is today, because I will be flying the DJI Mavic 3 Pro Cine for a video shoot. My boss actually would like me to do a shoot, get some B-roll shots for him. He is making a video of a 15,000 mile review of his Ford F-150 Lightning, the new Lightning pickup truck that Ford has. In fact, I think he was like on the wait list. You know, you pay $200 or $100 deposit to get on the wait list, and he finally got it, I think, in the beginning of the summer. And so he's driven it around a lot, and so he's already at 15,000 miles. And so he wants to do a video review of his truck, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to shoot some B-roll, basically take my drone, fly it out over the ocean, and then back in, fly over I-Fly Virginia Beach, and then do an orbit around the truck, and then fly directly in on him, and then it basically get a couple B-roll shots like that, and we'll go from there. But I'm only bringing that drone. I did not bring my FPV, my DJI Evader drone this morning. But let's see here. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, Michael. I appreciate you hanging and just listening in for a few moments. You know, I'm on my way into work, and I want to call this video, this live stream right now, I guess the trailer, for, if you will, for the live stream that I'll be doing later on, which is of that video shoot that I'll be doing for the boss. Good morning, Bob, if you're watching. Nice. All right, not too hard of break. All right, because I want to use it on my travel, if I have enough of savings. Yes, indeed, Manoy. And you know what? There are many ways to learn how to fly a drone. You know, I prefer the FPV. The funny thing is, the very first drone that I bought, it was for my son, so that he could shoot video of me while I was climbing trees. I was learning how to become a tree climbing arborist a few years ago, so I got him a drone, a DJI Mavic Air 2. Mavic Air 2? Something like that. And so I got that for him. He flew it around, and eventually I just started watching more drone videos from there, and I was like, I want to try this FPV stuff. So it wasn't until I bought him his drone 2019, and it wasn't until last year, March of 2022, when I got my first drone. In fact, my very first drone was the DJI FPV drone. Now, technically, I did get the Emax Tiny Hawk 3, I think, which is an analog, tiny, you know, toy drone, if you will, and a Beta FPV. I ordered them. However, it took forever for it. It was like they were on back order, you know, from I guess the two places that I ordered it from. And so I was irritated because I actually took my Part 107 drone pilot's license test. We'll call it March 1st, right? But I passed, so I passed it, but I had no drone to fly. So I get back to the office and I ordered a drone, because the drones that I had ordered to learn how to fly on and with, they did not arrive, you know, and it was irritating. So I got that. Now that's a pretty expensive kit because of the goggles. The goggles alone are like 500 US. You know, I think the new goggles too is like 650 US. And then if you don't want to fly, or you know, I mean, I know everybody's saving money to get this and that, and you know, they've got other things that they need to spend their dollars on. You know, maybe a Mini 4 Pro, which is a newer drone. It's still $1,000-something, but it does not come with the goggles. It's another way to fly, but in the beginning, it will not be as smooth as what you can get flying with the motion controller. And so that's why I do recommend that. And so I'll make a video on that for you, Manoy, so that you can get up to speed and make a decision for yourself on what to get. I mean, that's my recommendation, to go right into FPV drones. You know what? Do I want to go all the way upstairs to park? because I know Bob will be up there later, and I'll be closer to my gear. No, I can backpack everything upstairs, so I'm not gonna do that. So I'm in the parking garage. We'll actually be shooting from the top floor of the parking garage later on for his video, for the review. So that's really my plan of the day. And then after that, of course, more work, and then I'll go home and maybe I'll live stream again, showing off. I did get a new toy yesterday. I got a steel leaf blower, the Steel 800 CE, Magnum 800 CE, which is a giant backpack blower. So I'm really excited to get that thing going this afternoon. I actually started using it last night. It was dark outside, and I'm blowing the leaves. I couldn't see anything. I could see the leaves moving, but I got home at like 5:30. It was dark already, and I'm like, I'm firing this thing up. And so I was in the backyard blowing the leaves around, you know. Let's see here. All right, there's a lot of drone in internet shopping. Why is it too much cheap? It's only 2K PHP money, and many said don't buy like that. Yeah, it's expensive, you know. It's technology. It's a flying camera, and it's a good quality camera at that. And one can get a more, you know, economical setup, but it won't be as good of a quality. So it really comes down to, do you want to have video, you know, VHS, right? Do you like watching videos on VHS, on a VCR, on an old CRT, cathode ray tube, old school TV? Or do you like watching movies, streaming Netflix or Apple TV or Prime TV, Prime Video in 4K? If you prefer a 4K video to watch, then yeah, go digital, or otherwise you could get the analog style. Bro Jason, may I ask if you have a Filipino blood? Yes, I bleed, but I bleed American. Yes, I do have Filipino blood. My family is from Pangasinan, so both my parents. I was born in the U.S., so they spoke to me in English so that I would not have an accent, if you will. But yep, that's what I am, Filipino. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this out for right now, folks. Thanks for hanging out with me this morning. I am at work now. I've got some stuff to do before my morning sync meeting and then my drone shoot. So I'll be videoing that. I'll be live streaming that later on, because I do want to test out the mobile hotspot with my laptop and cell phone once again. I should have brought the power station, but I did not. So I'll just make sure I'm all charged up, ready to go. So until next time, YouTube, until later on, I'll probably get on live stream again around 11:30, we'll say, this morning. So in about 3 hours from now, stay tuned. I'll be back on at 11:30 a.m. U.S. time, East Coast U.S. time. All right, thank you again for hanging out, everyone. Have a great day. And let's see. Do you wish to end the live stream? Okay. And do you want to end the live YouTube session? Hey, Bon Jovi, thanks for hanging out with me this morning. I'll be getting on again later on at 11:30, where we'll show you my some drone flying at the ocean front. So come back later on, okay? See you, Bon Jovi, Manoy, George, and end. Ending live broadcast.